And this is a quick demo video on how to create a new lead. So let's get to it. So essentially you want to go to the lead tab and you want to click that you want to create a new lead. We're going to create a follow-up date. The follow-up date is the date that you want to follow up with this new lead. If you just made contact with them today, the strategy would be to follow up with them in a week. So I'll go ahead and select that date there. Now what you need to keep in mind is anything in red is going to be a mandatory field. Anything that's not are fields that you can choose to insert or add data that you have. If you don't have it yet, go ahead and leave it blank until you have that information. In this case, I'm going to show you how to properly update the lead accordingly, and we'll go through each of these fields just to kind of describe what they are and what they're about. So anytime you enter a new lead, it needs to be set up as a new lead needs follow-up. That'll let you know and your sales manager know that it's a new lead either assigned to you or that you've added that you need to follow up on. If you've contacted the lead, select that. If you've scheduled a meeting in the future, go ahead and select that. That would be your next step or stage in this instance to set up a meeting. Or contact in future is a field option that you would choose if you've contacted the lead. There's no real immediate need to contact them, but you'd like to contact them in the future just to follow up with them to see if maybe then it's a good time to start doing business with them. So select that and then change the follow-up date far enough in the future so that you know that when you need to follow up. Lead inactive, this is an automated field, so if the field has not been updated within 30 days, post the follow-up date. The follow-up date is the key. So if it's a future follow-up date, that lead inactive 30 days will start on that follow-up date as it passes. When it passes, if you don't update or change the lead, it will become inactive. All you need to do is change your view to My Inactive View, and you'll be able to see those inactive leads. Lost lead is a lead that was assigned to you or you created but is really not a good potential or lead for FSG, so go ahead and put that as a lost lead. Reject lead and reassign would mean that it's been assigned to you, or maybe it was a lead that you generated and you no longer want to call on that lead. So go ahead and reject it. That'll go to your sales manager for reassignment. So I'm going to go ahead and select new lead here. We're going to tab through and just type in. So Kathy Nagel is someone that I've met, and she works for Racetrack Petroleum. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. The division, the division needs to be updated to the branch or division that will receive the revenue once the transaction is made. The company, it's really important that you make sure that you use the proper trade name. You check our system to see if it already exists as an account in SI or an SX trend. Double check in there that the account exists or does not exist. Make sure you use that trade name. This company field, you're not able to duplicate the same company name. So if you do add a company or lead email that matches in the CRM application already, it will notify you, it'll send you an alert, and then all you need to do is just let your sales manager know, hey, Kathy Nagel, someone I've been calling on, it looks like the email or company already exists. Who's calling on it? Is that something that I could call on? And then we'll assign accordingly if necessary. So I received this lead. I met her at EEI. So I'm going to go ahead and add that lead source in there. It's event and trade show. It was sponsored by FSG. It's an event sponsored by FSG, so I would select that. If it was a campaign, typically you're going to have a campaign manager assign you that lead, so you won't have to use that field. Cold call is any new lead that you've added that was generated by you, and then referral is a lead that came from an existing client or customer. All right, so we'll keep going here. Her title is Senior Analyst. Her industry, we're going to call this a specialty retail. The specialty retail is going to include gas stations, grocery store, anything unique outside of big box. So all retails are considered two FSG in two fields, either specialty or big box. Pretty self-explanatory there. Commercial, education, finance, government, hospitality, all others are very self-explanatory. If you're unsure, again, ask your sales manager and they can help you out with that. So we'll keep going here. So Knagle, again, company and email are the two critical fields that cannot be duplicated in the system. So we want to make sure that we protect your leads as well as the leads you entered. The phone number, let's see, 770. You notice here, let me type in this FSG account number and then we'll go back to that. So what we've done is we've separated the extension and the email to make it easier when you're dialing out of this application or your phone, but we've added a field to give you that resource if it is necessary. The FSG site number you'll see here, the site number, it's the master, it's 001. So make sure you do separate the master account number with the individual site. If it is the master site, go ahead and put 0001. If it is not, if you don't know the site record, leave it blank. If you do not have the customer number, leave it blank. The same goes with the vendor account. If you do have it, go ahead and enter it there. It is very helpful for you as a reference in the future. So we'll keep going. Make sure that the lead owner is assigned to yourself. It's very important so that it shows up in your lead module. So we'll go ahead and put racetrack.com. LinkedIn is a really neat field here. So I'm going to go over to LinkedIn and I'm going to type in Kathy Nagle. It's Catherine Nagle on LinkedIn. See if I can find her. What I like to do, I'm already connected to her, but what I like to do is I like to grab this picture. It's always good to get a face with a name, but what most importantly, let's go back there, what we're looking for is their URL. So when you go to contact information, there is a LinkedIn address there. I want to copy that. I want to come back over here to the LinkedIn field and add that. Okay, so we met at EI. I'm going to type this in the description. The description is very important for you to make sure that you create the proper notes that you want to know or you want to follow up about this lead. So this one is, we met at EI. She is working on the 2016 EMS pilot program. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in here just so I know the reference, and then the street name, 325 Cumberland Boulevard. The city is Atlanta, Georgia, and the zip code is 30339. Okay, so you want to double check all your fields and make sure that you've updated all the red fields and all the fields that you can to make this an active lead. So I'm going to go ahead and save this and show you an example of what it's showing me here is this is duplicated values are not allowed. So what I was talking about before, if it is the same email, if it exists in our system or the account exists, it will let you know. What you like to do here is take a screenshot of this so that you got a record of it, and then email that to your sales manager. Let them know that you'd like to call on this lead, and it should either be reassigned or you should talk to the sales manager who has assigned it to figure out what the best approach is there. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this. I've got her out here. I'm going to show you what this lead looks like. So there is the lead. All right, so what's mainly important here is that you update the stage, you keep track of all the information accordingly, and that's all you do. All right, thanks folks. Have a great day.